Tim, how was the hunt tonight?
Yeah. Patient. He's slick. He's hard to hit. He's all over the place. He's hard to hit. So it's all about being patient and finding the right shots. And not unleashing too many punches. Usually I try put on that much pressure, and I guess opponents are starting to get used to it. They're starting to watch. So you've got to do something different each time. So you've got to change it up.
There's a lot made of his power.
What's that?
There was a lot made of his power in the build-up. What did it feel like in there?
In all honesty, I feel a little bit of a sting, but I spar like super middleweights, like heavyweights, so it's nothing not felt before.
Were you surprised at how tough he was?
Yeah, man. I thought he was out. Like I could hear his breathing. He was like, no offense, but he was like moaning. He was doing all these big noises. He wanted to round. I was just still standing, landing all these uppercuts. Yeah. He's got a heart, that's for sure, A lot of fighters would have quit. That's facts, facts. He's a deep down inside, that's why I gave him so much respect, because I knew he's a warrior, and he had that warrior mentality. He said it himself, kill or be killed, and he shows that.
He's the toughest guy you faced, like maybe the toughest fight, but the toughest individual.
There's maybe like every fighter's, a lot of every fighters are tough. Wade Ryan, early in my career, very tough. Tszyu was tough as well. Yeah, there's plenty of toughness out there. And middleweight, man, you should see him in the morning after the fight.
George, how was it sitting ringside and watching Tim break down Mendoza the way he did?
Look, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great Tszyu performance. It's, again, different to what we've seen his last few fights, and something that was super impressive too. I think for everyone that was sitting there watching tonight, you could see how dangerous Brian Mendoza was. And we all talked about his power leading up to the fight, and every time he threw one of them big punches, I think everyone held their breath for a moment, and then you see Tim just shake it off and keep moving forward and stick to the plan. And we absolutely love it. But again, what Tim said, full respect to Mendoza. I don't know how he kept walking after some of them hits. And their team and the family, the Mendoza family, was a pleasure to work with all week. A lot of respect for them and their family. Appreciate them coming all the way out here and putting on a great show for the people here. That was a Tszyu show today, and that's what we love about Australian boxing, is that Tszyu really puts us on the map, and he did that again today. I think that it's another big one before we head over to the US now and take
Vegas, baby.
Vegas.
Tim, you sort of almost feel like you're at that level where you're making phenomenal fighters look pretty ordinary, because you're just at that level. And I guess the risk now becomes that these guys that you want are going to sit there and talk about you. I don't really want to do that. Like, that's where you're at. It's almost like a double-edged sword.
Yeah, exactly. But having this gives you a bit of bargaining power. So when you have this, they can come get it. Otherwise, if I didn't have this, it's risk. That's what the position I was at before the Harrison fight.
Do you feel like, maybe you felt like this for a long time, but like I can't see anyone that's not an Alvarez or a Crawford or a Spence at that elite level giving you any sort of trouble now?
Yeah, that's the level I'm at. It's the super fight level. I don't talk shit out of my ass. I'm actually up there. I learned from a young age where parents taught me, if you say you're someone or something, or you're going to say something, you're going to do it. And I believe that I am at that, not that 1% anymore, at that 0.01%, where it is the super fight type level, the big T-Mobile arena type level fights, and that's where we're heading. To finish off here with a bang, or saying the last hooray, it's good.
When would you like? I know these mean a lot to you, but like middleweight divisions, asking for Tszyu to go and play it out as well.
Both. Super middle, super welter.
How high do you reckon you can get to? Like, you've seen Canelo do it. You've got the figure where you can easily do super
Yeah, 100%.
middleweight.
I could just walk people down as well. Middleweights. Say light heavyweight. Who knows?
Light heavyweight.
Joshua, heavyweight.
Timmy, we've got your hit list here. Mendoza's been crossed off. Who's next?
Yeah, Charlo. That's the name that I've wanted before all of this. Before all this list. Charlo and the whole.
You stuffed it up a bit, Tim, because like when a guy jumps up 2 levels to take a money fight like that, the last thing he wants to do now is come down and back to the welterweight and fight a guy that's as hungry as you are. Like it's he's put himself in a kind of tough spot.
Yeah, well, he was in that tough spot because I became mandatory. You know? So he was able to sort of maneuver his way and make his little payday. If I got him out in January, that payday wouldn't have ever happened. His career would have been done. He's got his one fight.
Tim,
How much do you think it does his head in that belt champ?
Absolutely. If you don't mention his name, the bloke was, before his fight against Canelo, he was just going nuts. Melo's just going to kill him.
Do you think he's watched that?
Well, this one, Mendoza. I hope you think so, especially when it's the same, like we're on the radar. I think so.
Sean Porter said this week that he doesn't think Charlo will come back.
I don't blame him. I think in my opinion, I think he'll be on a 1-year honeymoon, spending that cash, wasting that cash.
Tim, you're obviously massive in Sydney. They named the stadium in Newcastle after you. You call the Gold Coast your second home. Yesterday at the weigh-in, you said, yesterday at the weigh-in, you said that this is our land, that this is your land. Did it, like when we were sitting with the boxing community today, it felt like we were all in the ring with you. Did you feel like that on this journey for this fight?
100%. You know, the funny thing, before this fight, I was watching Troy.
Yeah.
So in my head, I was like, man, this is like for the people, this is for everyone. I was in those cars, when I rocked up in those cars from the end, I was thinking, you know what? If this was back in the Asian days, this would be the horses.
Yeah.
The horses. And I felt that. And I felt like as soon as I walked into that stadium, it was like, this is for my people. It was unbelievable, you know. Not many people get to experience, you know. A lot of people can fight world titles and defend world titles. To do that beats any world title. That beats this, man. To be doing that every fight.
How much does it change now when you go over to the US and you're effectively Mendoza here today, like in terms of
I feel like because Australia's a small little, I guess, town compared to the world. I feel like we do come together and travel together, and we'll be people here. So I feel like I've connected with the people. We've got some sort of connection here, so that's why again I feel like when we go to Vegas, it's not me just going. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people and a lot of you guys as well. Don't mind.
George, you've sat here so many times. How special does this one feel?
Look, I think it is a real special moment. I think the journey that we've been on to get here has been really special. And knowing that now, you know, we leave here with the support of Australia and going on to take to the rest of the world and take them big global fights. It feels like a little bit of a farewell moment, knowing that we're heading into that. But I still also feel that it's just the beginning of it all too, because I mean any opportunity that we get to be able to bring fights back here, we always will. But when you're talking about the hit list here, the Tszyu hit list, they're very hard to make in Australia. So and plus we'd love to do it over there in some of them big venues, them great iconic venues, and I think that's what Tszyu deserves. That's what he is. He's built Australia up to where we are right now in global boxing, and now he's ready to keep doing it overseas and keep building that name and keep putting that reputation up there.
is there a point in you where you felt like you just stopped worrying about his power? Because obviously it was a cautious start, trying to work it out, and like you know we definitely felt like there was a point there when you maybe felt like you would maybe.
Yeah, I felt that round 1 maybe. I've sort of figured him out. I know what his brain is. He's coming in, moving. couldn't find the distance because it was always moving. So it was hard to move around. But yeah, I was always concerned. This fight, I had to focus 100% on just staying focused. A lot of the times in fights, sometimes you doze off and you go to the world, and that's where you get knocked out. And this is the fight, you couldn't do that. You know, I was very aware of his hook. My hand didn't leave back here. And I was very aware of his uppercut, the right uppercut, because he knocked it out, and his rib. Everything was blocking. Yeah, it was like slow motion.
How'd you pull up? You look fine. It doesn't look like there's too much mark on you. How's your body feel? How's your hands feel? Probably his tongue.
Yeah, maybe that.
So you're a South Sydney fan, the NRL's going over to Vegas at the start of next year. Is that something you want to be a part of? Is that going to be the next fight?
Yeah, I was saying, let them get their checkbook out and get it sorted.
Well, look, I think it works out as a good date anyway. March is probably a good timeline anyway, so we'll see what happens over the coming month.
Yeah, that'll be
Glory,
sick.
glory.
Cool.
What would that mean to you to do that over there? You've got your great mates like Cody and Latrell all going.
Well, it's not for me. It's more for the people. You know, to go over and watch the rugby, but to finish up on a boxing fight, that's a holiday right there for any Aussie sporting fan. Yeah, absolutely.
Who do you think, if Charlo's going to stay up for beyond March,
Yeah.
who would you want to fight?
Oh. The thing is, there's options. There's options.
Spence.
Errol Spence has gone up.
Spence.
Oh, is Spence coming?
He's already gone up to 154.
Spence.
How about Canelo Alvarez?
Oh, top for everyone, man.
Do you want to go March? Would that be
March?
Is that
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
for that?
That'd be perfect. You know, some time to rest, recover. Busy year, three fights this year, all top level, sold out crowds. It's been a busy year, man. I mean, up and down. I haven't had any time home, so it's just been non-stop. But yeah, let's just rest, recover, and then just go ham again.
What's this year done for you? Like, if you go back to the start, fighting, like things changed since then, certainly on world level.
Yeah. In terms of my career, I think respect is there. But yeah, my hunger, I've changed as a person. I've become just solely dedicated to what I do, and I think everyone around me understands that, and that's the best thing about it. And I'm proud of the person I've become this year for taking on these fights, for staying busy, because again, you change it as an athlete, as a person, and it only teaches you good things.
Tim, this obviously was your last hurrah here in Australia, and I know you've got goals that you want to over to the States and achieve, but is there a thing you can see in the future where you go over there and take all 4 belts and hit, tick off the hit list, and then come back to Australia and grace the fans again?
Right now, I'm here solely. That's my next goal. And then after that, once that's achieved, then my next goal happens, the next goal, and it just keeps climbing up. I don't focus on 5 steps. I'm focused on the next path of glory.
So you love John Wick, you love Troy, you call the Soul Taker, so we have to call you Tszyu, the Soul Taker, John Wick, Achilles Tszyu.
You know what? I just booked Italy after I watched Equal 3.
What?
Yeah, so I'm going to that fishing village that Denzel Washington.
That.
I'm gonna stay there for a week and just make a good day in the future. Beat Denzel, yeah.
Tell him you wanted to watch Gladiator. It was a 3-hour movie and he lasted an hour.
When do you think Charlo will want to get a fight?
Yeah, that's a question for him, not for me. I'm ready. Yeah.
George, do you get a sense that fight can get made?
The Charlo fight, I feel the same as Tim. I feel like it's a decision for him to make. If I watch Tszyu fight, I'll be looking at what the other options are for myself as well, rather than jumping in with Tim, because it's a Tszyu win if he steps into Charlo. So that's why the hit list exists. That's why there's other opportunities out there that will be pursued. But anytime Charlo puts his hand up, I know Tim's saying yes straight away.
Tim, one of the lines in the movie Troy is immortality, it's yours, take it. Do you feel like you were on the cusp of securing your name alongside the immortals in boxing history?
Oh yeah, that'd be disrespectful to the immortals. I'm a realist, and by winning a world title, doesn't compare to nothing what my dad did. You know, he was a 3-time world champion for 10 years. No other man has done that. Him and Jeff Fennick are the 2-time. You know, that's immortality for me, and still is a long way to go. But I'm on the path to immortality.
Good answer, George. Thank you, Tim Tszyu.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.